So, after yesterday's insanity, I thought it would be nice to have a bit of a feel-good video. So, when someone shared this article with me, I thought, yeah, this is definitely what I want to talk about today. So, this is from the Picto Advocate, and it is from, I guess, 5th of January, if you're going by Canadian dates. So, grandmother hopeful Sullivan case will be solved. As the calendar turns, leaving 2025 in the rearview mirror, Belynda Gray is hopeful that the saga of the Sullivan children is close to being solved. I think we're all hoping that. I think, based on what was said in the article, we're going to be waiting at least a few more months, possibly a little bit longer. He did give the impression that it's not going to be straight away that we're going to see a resolution. Her two grandchildren, 6-year-old Lily and her 4-year-old brother Jack, who has since turned 5, went missing last May 2nd, said to have wandered off from their home in Lansdowne Station. Now I just want to share a little bit of Chris McDonough wisdom. This is from the interview. Chris McDonough is a retired detective, and when he was working, his role was to work these kinds of cases relating to children. So this is according to Chris. So while Jack has had a birthday back in October, while he is missing, he is still considered as being 4 years old. I think you understand why that is. They have not been seen since, despite a massive search for the two kids involving hundreds of volunteers and police personnel, in a case that has captured the attention of Canadians from coast to coast and, unfortunately, has led to a lot of online speculation about what exactly happened to the siblings. Very little evidence has been reportedly found with respect to their whereabouts, even with the use of a cadaver dog. Actually, it was 2 drones, police helicopters and multiple searches. So I understand that it is a smaller regional news outlet, but given that it's local to the area, it would be good to see them actually making sure that they are fact-checking and they actually know the proper details of the case. Because yes, it was 2 dogs that they brought in, for starters. I mean, even down to them saying, well, it's captured the attention of Canadians coast to coast. That suggests to me that they've not been following the case very closely, or they would realise that there are people worldwide who are following this case. Gray said that a widely reported guarantee from the RCMP's Major Crimes Unit this past week that the case will be solved has somewhat boosted her spirits. I'm hoping to get some good news one way or another, she said in an interview from her home in Muscatobit. I tried. Hopefully that's closer to getting it right. Thanks to one of my subscribers, I do have a cheat sheet that tells me how I'm supposed to pronounce it. But even then, it comes down to where you put the emphasis, doesn't it? So I'm trying. I really am. I apologise if I've not got it quite right. You know, I really hope that we get more than just an arrest and that Lily and Jack are found. Especially for the sake of people like Belynda, who knew these children, who cared deeply for these children. Because this will never truly be over until Lily and Jack are found. Gray has previously said she doesn't believe the children are still alive, but still wants to see the uncertainty come to an end, if for no other reason than to bring closure to those who care about the 2 children. And I totally agree. That said, I won't be done with this case until we see justice for these children, because we know that is what is needed here. They didn't wander off into the woods. They're not being hidden out in some reserve somewhere. We know that is not the case. It's given me hope that they're a little closer to figuring things out, she said. Gray, who is the paternal grandmother to the Sullivan siblings, said she's grateful that a lot of people have reached out to her to provide some support and a sense of positivity, just when you think the world is as evil as it can be. As someone who's covered a lot of cases and followed way more, I have to say one of the things that does make it possible to continue coming back and talking about these cases is seeing the kindness that occurs in these cases. Seeing perfect strangers who want to reach out to people like Belynda and do what they can to help. Yes, there also seem to be plenty of grifters who seem to latch on to family members for their own personal gain, which is something that of course can add to the pain that those people are going through when they suddenly discover that these people are taking advantage of them or using them for their own ends. The children's biological father, Cody Sullivan, doesn't talk about the disappearance of his two children, she added. My son and I have never been really close. He's closer to his father. We talk occasionally, but most of the time he doesn't want to discuss Jack and Lily at all. He says if he doesn't have to hear about it, he doesn't have to think about it, Gray said. That's an interesting dynamic that she hasn't shared before. I know she said that Cody doesn't talk about the children, and I definitely get the impression of him basically shutting the world out, but I didn't realise that her and Cody have never been overly close. It does concern me that Cody's coping strategy seems to be to stick his head in the sand and not cope with it, because it seems to me that there are a lot of complex issues at play here for Cody, and this is just going to get harder and harder for him if he just bottles it up and doesn't talk about it. Given what we've learned about Malaya's personality, her basically going for full custody of the children and him choosing not to fight it suggests to me that she's the sort of person that he probably felt that he couldn't fight it because he couldn't win. I am starting to believe that in that relationship that he probably learnt to give in to Malaya rather than to fight against things, because we know that she has been basically treated like a princess her whole life. It doesn't seem like she's had to learn accountability, and it certainly sounds like whenever her mother has said no, she's just gone straight to her grandmother. Nova Scotia RCMP Criminal Operations Officer. They all have really long titles, don't they? Dan Morris told the media recently that police have received more than 1,000 tips from the public, more than 8,100 videos have been pored over, and 7 polygraph tests conducted on those closest to the children were passed, which has only deepened the mystery. It is driving me nuts that people cannot apply simple logic and a little bit of critical thinking when it comes to what is being said about the polygraph examinations. It has never been said that Daniel and Malaya passed polygraph examinations. It is said they were found to be truthful regarding whatever these questions are. And I'm just going to replay the clip from when this Dan Morris guy was doing his interview, along with a short excerpt from my commentary, because they are misquoting here.
It's been documented that 7 people have completed polygraph examinations. All 7 were found to be not lying.
Now, I find it really interesting the way he said all 7 were found to be not lying. And before he said to be not lying, he's looking down and there's a bit of a pause. He's trying to find a way of wording it. Note he didn't say all 7 passed. He even struggled, he didn't say all 7 were found to be truthful. So of course you get the added bonus there of Amira's snoring. So no, he did not say that they passed. He struggled to find the right wording. That shows you that RCMP are definitely being evasive about these polygraph exams. We don't know what the real story is here, but there is a heck of a lot more to the story when it comes to these polygraph exams. They have never said that Daniel and Malaya passed the polygraph exams. And I also just want to remind you that what we are seeing in relation to the polygraph exams is not the examiner's report. We are seeing a report from an officer who is putting in a records request. So she does not have to provide all the details relating to the polygraph exams. She's only adding in a very small bit of information about those polygraph exams. Essentially, people are applying their own interpretations of a very small bit of information when they don't have all the information in front of them. An RCMP spokesperson told The Advocate on December 31st that the investigative team remains committed to pursuing every credible lead and determining with certainty what happened to Lily and Jack, but would provide no further comment. Gray said the holiday season, coming nearly 8 months since her grandchildren vanished, was a sombre and quiet one for her. I stayed at home for the holidays. I just couldn't bring myself to go out for Christmas this year, she said. Holidays and anniversaries are always difficult, so I can totally understand this. And of course, when it comes to missing children, Christmas would have to be one of the hardest times, because Christmas is such a magical time when you have children around you. I truly hope that Belynda gets some answers before Lily's birthday comes in March. That may be a little bit early, but it would be great if there were answers by then. Let's hope, though, that by Christmas time at the end of this year, there will be answers. So it was a rather short article, but I thought it was worth going through and certainly worth discussing. Again, I'm so frustrated over all the misinformation when it comes to the polygraph examinations, but I'm going to address that again soon. My heart goes out to Belynda, all her family, and any other family members of Lily and Jack who are genuinely missing these children and genuinely wanting answers. So that brings us to the end. It's been a rather short video, but that's okay because I do have a rather long one that I'm working on at the moment, so that gives me a bit of extra time to work on that. Plus, I want to have a look at what's going on with the Sarah Grace Patrick case, because we know that today was jury selection, so I may be working on an update there for people also. Depends on what the news is, because I haven't even looked yet. So on that note, thanks for listening. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. Also, please hit the like button. That gets this video out there into the algorithm. And please leave a comment below. So thank you, and I'll catch you in the next one.